Hello boys, welcome back to another session of video tutorials, and this section is meant for class 11th biology students, and we are revising this chapter 21, neural control and coordination, as part of our quick revision, and this is meant for 11th January 2021. So as we have been doing the revision for all the chapters, today we are revising chapter number 21, neural control and coordination. The revision, I am starting with the revision notes. This is followed by the assertion and reasoning questions. Then we will have chapter wise small test papers, so that you have the entire chapter clarity, and any doubts that you have got, you can post it in our group. So here we go with the revision notes. In the revision notes, broadly we are giving important concepts, right? So you need to have the focus on important concepts of this chapter. So starting with, we have got the title neural control and coordination. So let us start with what is coordination. As you all know, coordination is the process through which two or more organs interact and complement the function of each other. So this is what coordination is. We define that it's a process. So more than two organs interact with each other, complement with each other, and perform a function. And neural system provides an organized network of point-to-point connection for quick coordination. Along with that, endocrine system also provides chemical integration through hormones. Hormones are the biochemical substances that help in various processes, and they quicken the process as well as make the process, ensure that the process goes on correctly. Neural system of animals is composed of specialized cells called neurons. So if someone asks you what is a neuron, what should be your answer? Neuron is unit of nervous system. But you need to be careful here. There is one more word which is very closely resembling it, that is nephron. But nephron is unit of excretion. Neuron is unit of nervous system or a neuron system. This can detect, receive, transmit. You see, neuron is performing three things: detect the transmission, receive, and transmit different kinds of stimuli. What is stimuli? Like early morning you get up and open the window, sunlight falls in your eyes. Immediately, how do you respond? You close your eyes, at least half of your eyes. So the stimulus, what made you to close the eyes? It is the stimulus. What is the stimulus here? Sunlight. Similarly, when you are walking on a road barefoot, a thorn enters into your soul. So here the stimulus is thorn. What is your reaction? You quickly raise your leg and your hands go to the place where thorn has struck. You remove the thorn and rub that place. So these are the various responses that you do for a stimulus. See, sunlight, temperature, smell, and something like a thorn, hot pan, all these are external stimuli. There will be internal stimuli also. What are the internal stimuli? Enzymes, enzymatic action in our body, and the hormonal action. So these are internal stimuli. So all of us will have to face two types of stimuli: external stimuli and internal stimuli. So here the stimuli always, our neurons help in detecting the stimuli first. Is it external or internal? Receive stimuli, like receiving sunlight, I said just now, and then transmit. The moment they receive the sunlight, what happens? The signals are transmitted to the brain. Brain understands that sunlight is falling and the sunlight is heavy. So it orders the eyes to blink, not to open, because it damages. So slowly our eyes get adjusted to that light after some time, then only we open the eyes. So that is what our nervous system will perform. So in Hydra, neural system is composed of network of neuron. In insects, it consists of brain and a number of ganglia, that is group of neurons. Vertebrates have highly developed, see, we are all fortunate, highly developed neural system. And in human beings, there are two types of nervous systems, as all of us know. One is CNS, central nervous system, another is PNS, peripheral nervous system. So central nervous system includes two things, our own brain and backbone, spinal cord. It is a site for information processing and control. Look at that. This is a very good one. Information processing and control. What about peripheral? It includes all the nerves associated with the CNS. Like you've got again autonomous nervous system. Okay. And in that again voluntary, involuntary, all these things are coming under peripheral nervous system. There are two types of nerve fibers. One is afferent nerve fibers. They transmit impulses from tissue or organ to CNS, central nervous system. As I said just now, from eye to brain. And efferent fibers, efferent nervous fibers transmit regulatory impulses from CNS to concerned peripheral organs. So both to and fro action is there. And somatic neural systems relay impulses from CNS to skeletal muscles. Autonomous nervous system, just now I said, it transmits impulses from CNS, central nervous system, to involuntary system and smooth muscles. And peripheral nervous system, just now I said, it is of two types, autonomic neural system and somatic neural system. In turn, autonomic nerve, ANS, it is called ANS. ANS becomes two parts, sympathetic nervous system, parasympathetic nervous system, both play very, very crucial role in us. So basically, neuron is the structural and functional unit of nervous system. And neuron is made up of three major parts, that is cell body, dendrite and axon. Now quickly draw the diagram and see where is the dendrite. So this is the main head region. This is head and this is a tail. So you got a head and a tail. Tail, of course, you know it is called axon. And head is what we call the cell, main body, cell body, neural body. And the head has got centrally nucleus, as you are seeing, blue color. And it has got, just like cytoplasm, nucleoplasm. And in the nucleoplasm, always there will be a liquid called neurotransmitter. And neurotransmitters play a crucial role in our life. They are responsible for everything. All the reflexes that we do, it is because of the neurotransmitters. For example, acetyl-CoA is the neurotransmitter. And this head portion has got branches, as you are seeing. Each branch is called dendrite. Out of so many branches that are there in dendrites, one of the dendrites gets elongated and form axon. And in some neurons, this axon is covered by a sheath. It is called myelinated sheath or myelin sheath. And this myelinated sheath, if you are observing, it has got breaks. It is not a continuous layer. It has got breaks. You can see here break, here you can see break, here you can see break. And these breaks are discovered by a scientist called Ranvier. So it is called nodes of Ranvier. And then also inside this myelinated sheath, all along the axon, there are cells called Schwann cells. Okay, and then the neuron having an axon runs to some distance and breaks and forms branches. These are called axon terminals. And at the end, tip of each branch, there is synaptic knob. And from this, why it is called synaptic knob? Next neuron starts from here, that is dendrite of the next neuron, and there is a gap, a small gap. This small gap is called synapse. So previously scientists were thinking that a synapse is a break, it is an obstruction. But the latest research shows that synapse is not actually an obstruction. In fact, it enhances the speed with which the neural impulses travel, electromagnetic signals travel in our body. It is just like when Sainik school boys, all of you are running obstacle course. You may recollect from your memory, there is a pit. So the pit is not a obstruction. What you do, you jump. When you walk or run, if the surface is smooth, it may take 2 to 3 seconds. But if it's a pit and you jump, it's just after 1 second. So you are saving 2 seconds to 3 seconds there. Same thing is here. This minute gap, which is called synapse, helps in jumping the signals fast. Movement of signals will be very fast. So you got the structure of a neuron having this synaptic knobs at the end of axon. So the cell body contains a cytoplasm, but I call it neuroplasm. And neuroplasm is very important as it contains Nissal's granules also. So it has got cell organelles and Nissal's granule. Short fibers projecting out from cell body is called dendrites. The axon is long fiber having branched structure at the end that terminates into knob-like structure called synaptic knob. Based on number of axons and dendrites, neurons are of 3 types. One is multipolar, 1 axon and 2 or more dendrites found in cerebral cortex. So that is multipolar. Bipolar, 1 axon, 1 dendrite in retina of the eyes. That is bipolar. Unipolar, cell body with only 1 axon found in embryonic stage. So based on the number of dendrites, we have got neurons classified into 3 types: multipolar, bipolar and unipolar. So this is how the structure of neuron will be there. And there are 2 types of axons. One is myelinated. Just now I said a covering. Fibers are enveloped with the Schwann cells to form myelin sheath around the axon. The gap between 2 myelin sheath is called nodes of Ranvier, found in spinal and cranial nerves. Non-myelinated or unmyelinated fiber is enclosed by Schwann cells that do not form myelin sheath around the axon, found in autonomous and somatic neural systems. That means based on the covering, whether there is a covering around the axon, if there is a covering, the covering is called myelinated sheath. If myelinated sheath is present around the tail, that is axon, then we say myelinated neuron. That means there is a protection. In some neurons we found, particularly the ones that are there in the autonomous nervous system, there is no myelinated sheath. So that means it is neuron is naked, unmyelinated or non-myelinated. So in what way the nerves will conduct impulses, what are the things that are essential, all that we will discuss in our next session. Until then, draw the diagram of neuron, label the neuron, and each label try to understand the significance of each one. Then once you understand the structure of neuron, then we go to the next topic, that is generation and conduction of nerve impulse. So what is an impulse? What is electromagnetic impulse? How electromagnetic impulse can be created within the neuron, and from one neuron to next neuron, how it should travel. What are the chemicals required there? I said neurotransmitters. What is the role